Right now in India, a massive public health campaign is getting underway, and it's aimed at a cancer that's not only deadly, but also completely preventable. This is a huge deal, a program that could potentially save millions of lives. So let's break down exactly how it's going to work.
First things first, to really get why this vaccine campaign is so critical, you have to understand the sheer scale of the problem. For years, India has been facing a cervical cancer crisis, and the numbers, well, they're pretty staggering.
Just let this sink in for a second. 1 out of every 5 women in the entire world who has cervical cancer is from India. That's not just a statistic. It's a spotlight on a very real, very urgent national health challenge.
And the human cost behind that number is just immense. A full quarter, 25% of all deaths from this disease globally happen in India. We're not talking about a small fraction here. This is a massive, disproportionate burden.
This is the number that really puts it all into perspective. Around 80,000 deaths. And listen, that's not a total over many years. That's every single year in India alone. Each one of those numbers was a person, a part of a family, a member of a community.
And the ripple effect of this is just devastating. It's a tragedy that doesn't just stop with the women affected. It's a generational one. Think about this. 1/5 of all children who lose their mother to any kind of cancer lose her to this specific preventable disease.
Okay, so that's the tough reality. But from that very somber picture, we get to turn to a story of incredible hope and amazing science, because we now have a powerful tool to fight back. We have a vaccine. So what's actually causing this cancer? It's a very common virus called the human papillomavirus, or HPV for short. And the science on this is crystal clear. A persistent infection with certain high-risk types of HPV is the culprit behind almost all cases of cervical cancer. And this is the crucial point. It's a real game changer. Cervical cancer is the only major cancer that we can prevent with a vaccine. This is huge. It completely flips the script, turning what could be a devastating diagnosis into something we can stop before it ever starts. So you're probably wondering, okay, but how well does it actually work? The answer is incredibly well. We're talking 93 to 100% effectiveness at preventing cancer caused by the specific HPV types the vaccine is designed to target. That level of protection is just remarkable. The vaccine being used is called Gardasil 4, and it's what's known as a quadrivalent vaccine. Now that just means it targets 4 key types of HPV. 2 of them, types 16 and 18, are the real bad guys. They cause the vast majority of cervical cancers. The other 2 prevent most cases of genital warts, so it's a really targeted, multi-pronged defense. So you've got this incredible science, but how do you translate that into a national strategy? I mean, having a solution is one thing, but getting it to millions of people is a whole other challenge. Let's dig into the logistics of India's really ambitious campaign. The target number here is just immense, 1.15 crore. That's 11.5 million girls, all of them 14 years old, who will be offered this vaccine completely free of charge. This is a public health undertaking on a massive, massive scale. And they've made it really accessible. There are 3 simple ways to get vaccinated. You can self-register online through the UWin platform, you can get a local health worker to help you pre-register, or you can just walk in for on-site registration. The goal is to remove as many barriers as possible. Of course, safety is the absolute top priority, so the guidelines are really clear. Anyone who's moderately or severely sick should just wait until they're fully recovered. And for safety reasons, the vaccine isn't given to anyone who's pregnant, has a known allergy to vaccine components like yeast, or has already had an HPV shot in the past. Now, whenever you have an initiative this big, it's totally natural for questions and concerns to pop up. So let's just get ahead of that and tackle some of the most common ones to make sure everyone has clear, accurate info. Okay, probably the first question on any 14-year-old's mind, and probably their parents' minds too, is the simple one: does it hurt? And the answer is pretty reassuring. It's described as a sharp scratch for hardly any time at all. So basically a few seconds of discomfort in exchange for years and years of protection. All right, let's tackle the big one, because this is a really serious concern for some people. Is it at all possible to get cancer or even the HPV virus itself from the vaccine? The answer is a definitive, absolute
No. The vaccine has no live virus in it. It doesn't even have any killed virus in it, so it is physically impossible for it to cause cancer or an HPV infection. Instead, it uses these harmless little proteins that just mimic the outer shell of the virus. It's basically like a training manual for your immune system, teaching it to recognize and defeat the real virus if it ever shows up.
This is another really crucial question. Why this specific age? Why vaccinate girls who aren't even sexually active yet? Well, there are two key scientific reasons for this. First, the vaccine is a preventative tool, so it works best before any potential exposure to the virus. And second, younger immune systems are just more robust. They create a stronger, more powerful, and longer-lasting protective shield. It's all about getting the best possible protection at the ideal time. So when you put this all together, what does it add up to? Let's zoom out and look at the long-term vision and the incredible potential this campaign has for India's future. It's really important to note that India isn't venturing into the unknown here. By launching this program, it's joining over 160 other countries that have already made the HPV vaccine a standard part of their national schedules. This is a globally recognized, safe, and effective public health strategy. And this is the motto of the campaign, which I think just perfectly captures the spirit of it all. Swast Nadi Sashakt Parivar. It translates to healthy women, empowered family. This connects the medical goal to a powerful social vision, this deep understanding that the health of women is foundational to the strength of families and the entire nation. Which leaves us with one final, really powerful question to think about. With a tool this effective and a campaign this ambitious, could we be witnessing the beginning of the end for cervical cancer in India? The potential is absolutely immense, and millions of lives are hanging in the balance.